So I'm going to show you what I brought and what I wore while trekking out in Antarctica. Obviously you saw some of my photos, but I'm actually going to break down the layers for you and show you what exactly I was wearing. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you my base layer to start. Alright, so here are my inner layers. So I first got a really nice, kind of loosely fitting but still like a wicking layer on my top. This kind of helps to really insulate. It's modal and spandex. It's still more of like an athletic athletic top, excuse me. So it's really nice, flexible, it's easy to move in. It was great for when I went snowshoeing. It was great for mountaineering. It was awesome just to kind of walk on land with. It was really nice and flexible and really nice and cozy. So I got that, plus it has a hood, which was great. So when the wind was super strong, and we got I think up to like 25-30 knot winds, I would have this on and then have my hat on, and this at least took away some of the wind that was coming on the back of my neck, and then I'd have my hood on my outer layer, but we're gonna get to that after. For my base layers, I've actually got two. Got one and two. You can kind of see here, this inner layer is actually Columbia Omni Heat thermal layer. So super warm. I've had these for years. They're great for skiing. They're great for when I would go sledding as a kid. As you can see, I haven't grown in size, so they still fit me now. But these are awesome. They've got really nice insulated thermal layer on the inside, and then I've actually got a pair of fleece leggings. This I've actually got over top. They're both really nice and thin, compact. They keep me really nice and warm, and they were perfect for my inner layers. Now, if I needed something a little extra, when it was super windy outside, or we were out on the Zodiac cruises, and it was cold, windy, snowing, I put on another thinner layer. Same thing, same concept. It's got a hood. It's a nice athletic wear. This is a little bit thicker than this one. This one's nice and thin. This one's a little bit thicker, so it gave me a little bit more, but it's still the kind of same material for warmth, protection, and flexibility and movability. So I really loved it. I would put this on top. Then I'd have two hoods to kind of protect me from the wind, but this was perfect when I needed an extra layer. I also forgot to mention in the inner layer, socks. Socks are super important. Keep you cozy, keep you warm, and you really need them, especially in Antarctica. So what I used was actually, they're from Mountain Warehouse, and they're ISO-cool socks. So they are insulated. I don't know if you can see them. They're pretty awesome. I'm just gonna kind of take one off here for you. But they're awesome. They have ISO-cool on them, say ISO-cool, and they've got a double lining, and they actually keep my foot cool. So when I was snowshoeing or hiking or mountaineering, my feet got really sweaty. These actually kept them nice and cool. My feet never overheated, and I was never drenched in sweat, which was perfect. Alright, so the middle layer. This one I found was super important and also super cozy. So to start with my bottoms, I've got sweatpants. No joke, just regular old pair of sweatpants. But these, I was so warm, so comfortable. These were perfect. Could not complain. Again, movability, easeability, like nothing's constricting me anywhere. Very comfortable. As you can see, I've tucked them over top of actually my zip up. It's a bit of a fleece. Highly recommend you bring a fleece. It's a really nice warm comforting layer, even if you just want to wear like a tank top underneath and then your fleece while you're walking around the ship, because the ship can sometimes be a little chilly, especially in the dining center, or if you want to like pop outside really quickly because there's an iceberg or whales or something like that, like, and you don't have your jacket with you, a fleece is super handy to walk around the ship with, because you can easily step outside and still be kind of warm. Extra padding is a vest. I loved this. It was perfect actually when we were mountaineering, and it was a really great day and you're sweating, you're super hot. I actually took off my outer jacket and I had just my vest, my fleece, and then just this blue one, this blue inner lining shirt, and I was actually perfect. Like, I was really comfortable, moved around, it was great. Obviously the wind picked up a little bit later, so I had to put my jacket back on, but this was the perfect combo for me, and I cannot complain at all. Next I want to show you my socks. So no joke, I picked these up at Kohl's or Target or wherever you want to pick them up. I picked them up as a size slightly bigger, so I am in that range of like 5 or no, 6 to 9 or whatever, like when they have the ranges of the socks. So I'm a 7.5, so I always pick the 6 to 9 range. And then these fleece socks, they're actually wool, they're thick, which was great. They kept my feet so nice and warm. But I got the next size up because I knew I was going to be wearing socks underneath these and I wanted extra space. I have my Isocool as my inner, and this was my middle layer of socks, and they were perfect, wonderful. They fit really great with my boots and they kept my feet warm the whole time. I cannot complain of cold toes. Alright, so outer layer, let's start from top and we're going to go down. Hat, super important, highly recommend. Some people had a buff to kind of go over their head and their face. I did not. I love my hats. So this is actually a Roots Canada hat. You can see on the side there. It's my favorite hat right now. I did not bring, like I said, a buff, but I had a scarf. So what I would do is I folded it in half and I actually wrapped it around my face. Just kind of wrap and tie and then kind of tuck it under so that my neck is kept warm, my face is kept warm, and then I can pull it up at any time. So when the wind was really in our face, and then a lot of times during this trip, it honestly was. The wind was getting up to like 25, 30 knots, and it would be brutal because it's cold wind. There's no warm wind here. It's cold. So you'd get wind burn. So you're really trying to protect your face and keep yourself warm. If you have a buff, bring it. If you got a nice thick scarf, bring it. But just keep that face nice and warm. Next is a coat. This coat is a waterproof layer. You need a waterproof layer. This thing got nice and wet. I've walked through rain in it. It's perfect a rain jacket, but it's also got a little bit of some insulation in here, which I love. It is by Madden NYC. Also picked it up at Kohl's on clearance. We're not going for fashion here, you're going for warmth, so please think about that. All right, gloves. So, inner layer, I used my North Face, let's see, North Face E-tip. These were perfect. They got a thin insulation layer, but they worked really great with my phone. I didn't bring a camera with me. Again, not a lot of space in my backpack. So these were perfect as my inner layer. Then over top, I've got my Giordani gloves. Now, you can pick up anything, you just need them to be, again, waterproof. Waterproof is super important. I recommend having a glove that is a little bit bigger than your normal hand size. You want some extra space so that you can fit that inner layer of gloves and still work the outer layer as well. I've got waterproof, water resistant. Now, no joke, these are my dad's motorcycle pants. Yes, they are. They are windproof, water resistant, pretty much waterproof, other than, when I was sitting on the Zodiac getting splashed heavily and my butt was getting soaked. Those moments it was definitely not waterproof, but they're super thin, super light, which was the awesome part. They took up no space in my backpack, and these were amazing. I'm super happy with these. So I'm gonna give you a little spin around, see that, and then the most important piece, my muck boots. So every single expedition ship, they come with these just for you, for your size, and they're wonderful. You take these on every single land excursion. Anytime you get off the ship, you are wearing these. Love them. If your expedition ship comes with them, which they should, you're gonna love these too. They were phenomenal, and they keep you warm. My 2 layers of socks plus these, no problem. My toes were never cold, which was great. So that is it for all my 3 layers, inner, middle, and my outer. And I was super warm, super cozy, and I didn't have anything fancy. I just went with a lot of stuff that I had already owned and just made it work with layers. Plus, like I said, a lot of these layers were used during other adventures that I've been doing during this trip and will still be using during this trip, and they worked out awesomely. So I cannot complain, and yeah, these are kind of my layers. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks.